Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're taking a look at a new medic box here. This one should be box number 11. Alright, so today I have the Schrade Alchemist, alright, one of the Balisongs that I kept available if you guys want it, maybe for the right trade offer. But anyway, I've been EDCing it lately. Super fun. So yeah, let's take a look at the box. So box number 11. All right, phase 4, home first aid. All right, so first you could pause here if you want to see the individual items. Of course, we'll go over that at the end. Right now, take a look. All right, packed with all of our friendly fire starting material. All right, so my medic Zzips, a 2-pack. Okay, so I had these from one of the original boxes. Oh God, I don't know if it's the first or second one, but it's an old one. I really wanted to find these. I don't know what happened to them. I don't lose things very often, but these are essentially like when you have a gash or a cut that's deep enough where it probably needs stitches and you can't make it to a hospital quickly. But I had a pack of these, and for the life of me, I cannot find them anywhere. I was discussing it. I was talking about it with someone. I want to take a picture of the package. I just could not find them. It's got to be in one of my, I have many medical kits, and I've given kits away to people, family members, friends, and stuff. I don't know if maybe I gave it away. These are awesome. So I'm very excited. Very first thing out of the pack really is exciting to me. These things could be very handy. Speaking of which, I have a nasty gash on my arm. I've had this for about 6 months now. All right, so this was, my arm got torn open, but like, it was a piece of metal that I scraped against while I was falling, and it grabbed the skin and ripped off like a layer of the skin, like a whole strip, like a piece of beef jerky. And so it left a gnarly scar, because I didn't get stitches, even though I probably should have. But it's interesting, because I have a medical question for anyone who might know, but this, sometimes it gets red and inflamed, like right now it's kind of bumpy here, but sometimes it's totally fine, it's just a scar. It's 6 months old, I would think it's healed by now. But occasionally it just gets really red and irritated. It feels like it's opening up, even though it's clearly a thick scar. Interesting. But anyway, in case you're someone who knows what's going on there, I'd love to hear it in the comments. All right, what is this thing? It's like a pizza cutter with a guard. So, what do we have here? This is, let's take it out of the bag so I can look at it and I can read it better anyway. S-Cut. S-Cut QE. Ooh, got a little British flag there. Cuts fast and effective in most materials. Let's see. The cutting tool S-Cut has been specifically developed for those who need to cut through different materials quickly and safely on many different types of occasion. Interesting. The security principle of S-Cut builds on the patent technique that during several years has been used on corresponding tools intended for emergency rooms, ambulance rescue teams, and military defense in large parts of the world. Alright, so we have essentially, I don't know, just going to unlock. Let's see, turn if blunt. Okay, that is actually pretty interesting. Alright, I think I jammed it. Alright, I'm back. I think I definitely screwed up a little bit. So, I was looking at it, I don't know if you noticed, when I turned it, it clicked. So, and I couldn't turn it back the other way, so I went all the way around thinking it would make a full circle. It does not. Okay, there's little notches here, and those notches correspond with the end piece. So essentially, it was pointed here. What you do is you cut with it, and when this gets dull, you rotate it a little bit. It'll kind of lock into place. Now you're on a new section of that round blade, and now I can't get it back. I think that if I pry this piece up gently, I can get back. Let's see. Let me see if I can actually push on the back of it. Oh yeah, okay. All right. I didn't break anything. That's good news. So let me do that real quick. Hold on. I'll do that off camera. I'll be back with you guys. And, well, I could do it while I'm talking here. There we go. All right. I thought I broke the thing. Jeez. All right. So this is a fantastic idea. So we have strap cutters all the time, right? And I'm sure you guys, you're very smart. You already understand what I'm going to explain here. But you have a strap cutter. You use it, it gets dull. Usually it's a sharpened piece of metal. So just a little, curved blade essentially, and then you have to sharpen it. And that's very difficult to get razor sharp from home, right? With your normal sharpening techniques and tools and whatnot, you probably have a very hard time, if impossible, to get that as sharp as it was when it was brand new. So the idea is that you use this section, right? You turn it, you hear that click, now you have a new section of the blade, right? You turn it, again, when it's dull, now you have a new section. So the clicking is where you're putting a brand new sharp section within that cutting range. Makes sense? But if you do push on the back, you can overcome those spots. Well, hang on, I got to do it against my body here. It's a little easier. So it's not intended for this. I just happen to be able to do it. There we go. So we go back to the beginning. All right. So that is super, super cool. I do love the idea. I'm glad I didn't just break it. So that's very interesting. I'm going to have to find out what medical pouch I want to put that in, like specifically, because I love the idea of a cutting instrument that you can just reuse over and over again. And this would be even better. I'm not sure if this model does it, but if you could sell the blades too. Like if you're an EMT, not for people like most of us watching, not for me, this is going to be used once or twice. If I need to, in an emergency situation and it gets dull, I can keep using it. But like someone who's going to really keep using it, that would be nice. You make a more comfortable handle. You make interchangeable blades, so you can pop the blade out, put a new, circular blade in it, and then you can use it for your profession. Like I said, EMT specifically. But yeah, that's actually a very cool concept. I like the idea a lot. All right, what is in here? We have a mystery box. Now we have a mystery bag. Now I have a mystery bubble wrap something inside of a bag. This looks like an interesting tool of sorts. What the heck is this? All right, hang on. I'll carefully cut this guy open. I still have no idea what this is. Alright. Sorry I'm doing it behind the camera, it's just easier to... There we go. Okay, well, I see looks like a cutting instrument, another cutting instrument. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. This looks like something that would be pushed. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm assuming you put something in between here and here in the guard, like where the guard is in the blade, and then you would rotate this to cut it, right? Almost like a similar concept to a pipe cutter, I suppose, but not quite the same. That's something I have to look up. In fact, let's do it right this second, because I have no idea what this is. All right, so without knowing what it is, it's completely useless. Once I know what it is, I'm probably going to go, oh, that could be pretty useful. All right, so ring cutter. Oh, wow, okay. Oh my God, is this a tool? I think this is a tool that would cut rings off people's fingers. I think that's literally what this is. So when you have people who have like extreme swelling, this would be really, I mean, I haven't had that situation, but I know I've personally met at least 2 people who have rings digging into themselves. One of them that ended up going to the hospital to get it cut off. So that's, I mean, hold on. Let's actually read and make sure. Ring cutter, quickly and safely remove rings with minimal discomfort. Yeah. It's extra large, twisting thumb, provides extra leverage, while the stainless steel blades, built-in safety lever, ensures reliability, security. Okay, that makes so much sense. So you're cutting into the ring, but not the finger. Now, obviously, it's a rubber ring, but you would slide it in between. Now, this is a little bit thick. It'd be uncomfortable, if you obviously have it digging into your skin. It's pretty close to it, so you got to kind of pry it in there. But if you can, then you can lower. I don't want to cut my ring. You can lower the blade onto it and then create a little pressure with your thumb here as you're rotating the blade. That is super interesting. Never in a million years would I think to have put this into any kind of... I mean, it's definitely not for an emergency kit. I think if you have a ring that's swollen your finger, that's not a life-threatening situation. You can go to a hospital for that. But maybe you just don't. Maybe you're just embarrassed, and having a tool like this, you could just cut it off yourself or cut off your... girlfriend or boyfriend or child or something, or neighbor. Maybe your neighbor comes over and is like, dude, man, I my ring is killing me. I'm having a reaction to something and my hands are blowing up. And yeah, that's interesting. That is a fascinating tool. Weird. Okay. That's super cool. This is why I like these mystery boxes. First of all, I didn't even know that existed. And second of all, even if I did, I don't know what situation would arise that I would buy one. I'd be like, oh, dude, I need a ring cutter. Like, no, I wouldn't even think of that. Wow, okay. Thermometer. All right, economy digital thermometer. Simple. Nice to have many thermometers. By the way, just like a compass, you might want to have two. All right, sorry about that. I had to take a break for a second. But yeah, if you, I mean, it's just good to have an extra thermometer. You can put them everywhere, but even if you don't need another thermometer or you only wanted one, it's nice to have a second one in case you think your first one's not working right. You have something to compare, just like a compass, right? All right, so then it looks like, oh no, see, this is why I gotta feel around. It's not the only thing left there. We got some medical tape, which is always good to have. You can never have enough of this stuff. Put on a big fat bandage on something, but you want to, you know, cover it with tape. Make sure nothing gets in there. No nasty stuff. All right. So last thing, Dixie EMS. Looks like a whole kit here. I could feel it in there. It is filled with stuff. Or one thing. Oh wow. Okay. So we have. Is this going to be a manual? Oh man. This is. You know what's so awesome about this? My wife and I were just talking about getting something like this, all right? This is just going to be a manual cuff, so you can take your own blood pressure, and here's a stethoscope. I can't believe it. This could not have been better timing. I was going to buy one of these. So let me explain why. I have high blood pressure, right? I have two different automatic cuffs, and they suck. When I go to my doctor's office, the nurse takes me in a little room, they weigh me, they take my temperature, they take my blood pressure, and they use an automatic cuff there too. And then when I go into the doctor's office, when the doctor comes in, the doctor takes my blood pressure manually. And he does that because he knows the cuffs are notoriously wrong. And oftentimes they'll show higher than normal, especially if you have bigger arms, you don't have the right size cuff that's for your arm, for the automatic ones. You get like misreadings all the time. It could be as high as, you know, 30 or 40 points off of what's actually happening. And that could be scary. So if you think your blood pressure is like through the roof, but it's not, you know, you go to the hospital for no reason, or vice versa. You think your blood pressure is fine and maybe it's high. It's just, it's a mess. I do not recommend the digital automatic blood pressure cuffs. Okay. They are notoriously bad. My doctor hates them. It's not his office. He works in like within, you know, an office with other doctors and stuff. It's not his practice. He just works in there, but he says that it's a waste of time. He hates that the nurse has to use it. That's why he does it manually. Like I'll go in there and my blood pressure is, you know, like 155 over, let's say 93. And then I get to, you know, his office and he takes it manually and it's, you know, 131 over, you know, 86 or something. So this is awesome to, I mean, to not only have it, obviously, but to get to know how to use it so you can do your own, right? Phenomenal. I'm super excited. Plus, even if this stuff doesn't excite you, a stethoscope, excuse me, could be super fun. Maybe you could just spy on someone listening, you know, to their conversation through the wall or something. So, yeah. What an awesome ending to an awesome, awesome box. Number 11. This is super exciting for me. The ring thing is just super cool. This cutter is awesome. This is awesome. It's a really great box. And this is extremely useful. Super boring, but just like having extra Band-Aids. But just really probably one of the most exciting boxes I've gotten, to be honest. So, yeah, that's it. So we have one more box for phase 4 of our home kits. Very excited to check that out. You guys will see that in probably a couple days here. All right, so yeah, that's it. That is this month's Medic box, the Pro box number 11. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.